Hello and welcome to Tuesday Talks. Tuesday Talks is a Goodreads group that was created by Janie over at the Bookworms Buddy and Janelle from Miss J. Rod's Reads. I will link all of their information and the Goodreads information down in the description box. This week's topic is which authors surprise you with their writing style? So I had to go through my bookshelf and sort of look through what books I have read by authors that really sort of changed up, not necessarily their writing style, but the fact that they can be, I guess, genre flexible, and in that their writing style continues to be beautiful, but it adheres to different genres just wonderfully. So let's get to which ones I thought were on my shelf that I absolutely adored. It's very hard for me to go through a video without talking about this author, but she makes the list as being a very versatile author, and she proved that with her newest release. But I am talking about Yeoman. Started off with Dark and Twisted, very psychological in Consequences series. I'm only going to show this one book because it is a book series, and I have them all, but they're very heavy and bulky. But this series totally grabbed me for this author. She was an indie author, and I was all about her. I was willing to wait for the releases of Consequences series as they came along. That's before I got into the series sort of snobbery, but I waited for this series. And then she went and wrote the Infidelity series. Once again, I'm only going to show you the first book, but I adore this series. The Infidelity series is still psychological and it is still twisted and dark, but it has like this sexiness to it that's just absolutely crazy and really makes your head spin. Then you have Insidious, which Insidious actually came out before the Infidelity series, which by the way is not about cheating, so don't go into that one thinking it is, because it's not. But this book, Insidious right here, will leave your head spinning. Just flat out spinning. You're not going to know what to do with yourself. Like seriously crazy. Crazy. And it's actually sort of hot and sexy too, but in a weird sort of dark and twisted way. So she went from dark and twisted psychological to dark and twisted with a little bit of fun and sexiness to it. And then with the Infidelity series, she went all straight up hot and sexy and bothered and twisted and with fun and sexiness along with twisted psychological type stuff. And then her newest release, Plus One, which is her lighter side, and knocked that one out of the park as well. Next, we have Deborah Anastasia. I first met Deborah by reading the Poughkeepsie series, and she was another one that I was like, okay, I will wait for her books to come out, because the series did not complete until a little while after I had started reading. But every single time she announced that she was putting another book out in the Poughkeepsie series, I was like, yes, I must get it. Yes, it must happen. All of these books are back there. I'm not holding them up, but this is the first one and it's amazing. Loved her writing style in this. Then I read Fire Down Below and Fire in the Hole. And I got to see her funny side, her potty humor and her craziness. Then I was like, oh yes, I need some more of the crazy funniness. And she wrote Booty Camp Dating Service. Hilarious, but super hot, super sexy, super fun book right here. Yes. Oh my goodness, Deborah. And then she decided to pull at my heartstrings with her beautiful style of writing and a very beautiful tribute to her uncle of For All the Evers, and this magical book of what if. Oh, just got me. But her style her skills are just amazing. I absolutely love Deborah Anastasia. Next up, we have Megan Quinn. I was introduced to Megan Quinn through a book signing and figured I needed to read something from her, so I picked up and signed up for her book of Dear Life, and it changed my life. Absolutely changed my life. This book is mind changing and heart changing, and oh my goodness. So tagline for this is to prove your existence. That's all I can say about that. I will leave the video review for this book down in the description box so you guys can see how much I thoroughly enjoyed this book, but it was amazing. So I was like, oh, I need to read something more of Megan's. I know Megan was supposed to be this sort of rom-com sort of queen of books, and then I got to read and see this rom-com queen in action with Co-Wrecker. And this book had me laughing out loud, funny, hilarious. I will link this in the description box. Megan, you are totally in the running for Best Director this year, and with these two books, because they are absolutely amazing. Your writing style is so just wonderful. It's heartfelt, it's moving, but it's funny at the same time about some really hard issues that, you know, you tackled and topics that you tackled, and you did it wonderfully. Absolutely adored both of these books. Next, I would love for you to introduce you to Miss Allie Martinez. She has plenty of other books out there, but the two that I have read that I really enjoyed her writing skills in was The Retrieval Duet, and that was the first book that I read of hers, and I devoured this book. I loved the duet part of it. The second book in the series, I just had to have it. I private messenger her. I put it on Instagram how I was feeling about this book, and it is so all kinds of wonderful. I will also link the video review for this down in the description box if you want to take a look at that. Then the next book that I got from Allie Martinez was Singe, and she moved my heart with this one and really made me want to read more from her, because this book, even though it is the first book in the series, it didn't feel like a first book, and it definitely had other characters from other series in her book, so it's almost like a spin-off, but it was amazing, and I really want to read more from Allie Martinez. Next author is Sadie Gruber, and I read her Save the Date series, and I really enjoyed it. I thought that her writing was beautiful, and the story premise is that, you know, getting married for convenience, but in turn things happen and things change. But it was a great introduction to Sadie, and I love her books, and I try and read as much as her as possible. So yes, Sadie. The second book I read of hers that I really enjoyed was All Grown Up, excuse me. And this is a fun little book about a woman that was in love with her childhood friend, and then she grows up. I mean, really, you grow up and you change, and let's see what happens after that, right? And then finally, the last author that I would love to put a spotlight on, that her writing style is absolutely beautiful. It is storytelling, and it is raw, and it is new, even though she crosses different genres and different sort of textures of books. That is going to be Rachel Blaufeld, and I met Rachel at many book signings, but her book that got me the most was, or that introduced me to her, was Redemption Lane. And after I read Redemption Lane, I just had to read all of her work, as much as I could of her work. I've read 4, maybe 5 of her books. I can't remember exactly. But then she gave me this interracial book of Birthday, and I was like, uh-oh, Rachel got some skills. Yes. I mean, really? I was feeling it. I was definitely feeling it, loving her emotion that went into it, and this is a very hard topic to sort of write about, especially trying not to be stereotypical or things of that nature. So she did a really good job at that. So she gave me some interracial. Then she gave me a rom-com with To See You, but this rom-com also has a bunch of heart. So much heart. Not to say that her other books didn't give me heart, because they did. I definitely cried and definitely was moved by the other books as well. But this one right here just sort of put me in that place of, oh my goodness, I could definitely be that person and, you know, have that attraction and go through all the emotions that these two characters go through. So those those are the authors that I think I want to shine a spotlight on. I'm sure there are plenty of other authors out there as well. What are some of the authors that you like or are surprised by their writing skills over crossover genres and things of that nature? Let me know down in the comments. Let's discuss. Maybe I'll pick up some of those authors that you guys suggest. Even though my TBR is massive, I may just make some exceptions. You never know. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Let me know. There's a feedback form in the description box as well, so you guys can help me improve my channel. Thank you for watching, and we will see you guys later.